يعني حقيقة أتشكر الفرصة العظيمة يعني إن نقدر نشارككم. I will speak in English because I think we have many more. I think everybody understands English, so I'll change to English. It's really when I heard of this little symposium, if you like, I was excited because I am Lebanese and I'm very proud Lebanese. I think I owe everything to my Lebanism. The success that I have is because I drank the water of this country that creates a very special meaning to people, not only in the advertising and industry, but believe me, in everything we do. We are really a special nation. And so I felt obliged to make a diversion. I'm going to London. I said I'll come first here and chat with you and talk to you about an experience, not from a history point of view. I've always hated history. And even at university, I opted to drop my history courses where I was supposed to get better. Alhamdulillah, rain كمان. أنا بالبحرين هذا خير أنا. Yeah. Anyway, so I dropped all my history courses, although I was supposed to be getting better grades, to philosophy. And I think I did very well because I think philosophy trains your mind in many ways to become a communicator and to talk to public at large and then become much more focused and go into advertising. I believe, and everybody says advertising is basically the art of communication. Well, it's a very specific art, much more difficult than many arts. And I think, my experience in this business tells me that creative artists around the world, like Picasso, like Monet, like many others, have actually drawn and designed and painted images that they felt comfortable and they loved themselves. And if you are lucky to love it too, fine, then you can buy it. But in advertising, we have a very strict, if you like, border that we work within, and that is to create effective messages to a public, to communicate a product to a public, and therefore it requires, in my opinion, much more craftsmanship than any other communication business. We have to be precise, yet we have to deliver an idea that touches, I feel, first the heart and then the mind. And we've been doing it very successfully. As a matter of fact, I say Lebanese because from the Phoenician days, we even, if you like, created a paint to be able to sell to the world a certain craftsmanship. So I think you're all very lucky, and I think you all have the opportunity and the ability to become great advertising people if you are not already so. I'm also very proud to share with my friends. Some of them actually shared it in the same country, like Mohammed Pran and Mustafa, who to me, when I started my business, was almost like an epitaph. I looked at Mustafa and said, wow, I want to be like him. I want to be like Ervin Gerovich. I like to be like many of these great guys that actually created a level and a tradition that we have become known for. I cannot believe that any organization in the Arab world, in the Middle East, and some probably, I have competition from God, but we'll manage. So I don't believe that there is any, if you like, argument that if you want to create a proper marketing base or communication base, you've got to depend on the Lebanese. And I think this is because of our good old teachers and masters, and I'm very proud to be in the transition between the old and the new. And by the way, I think that our ability to adapt and cope is tremendous, because we are able to, we as Lebanese anyway, are able to cope and cross, if you like, boundaries to be able to reach our objectives and our targets. And we've been doing it all the time. Was the beginning difficult? I think the beginning of everything is difficult. When I started, I was told there are 123 advertising agencies. And there are people like George Rizk, George Rizk of Pimo, John Rizk of Pimo. I'm talking about the good old, very essentials, very basics. And there are people like Garovich, like people like Mustafa, and they said, you know, these guys are up there, and I'm just fresh from university, and I wanted to get a job, but nobody gave me a job. They thought I was overqualified, and they didn't want to pay me what I thought was fair for me. So I was obliged to start an ad agency. And it was, and I'm sure many of you will take this option and will want to start an agency and will want to fly with an agency and go places. I think two things drove me very hard. One of them is my hunger. I was hungry, and therefore I needed to fight with the weather. I was truly. Is it bothering you guys, or we're okay? All right. So anyway, it was the hunger that drove in me a certain great passion to reach places. And in English they say that the hunger is at the base of invention. And I believe it is true. And I feel this is why the Lebanese have succeeded, because we are a hungry nation. We were hungry since the beginning of time. We were hungry since our Phoenician ancestors came over. That's why we had to create to be able to feed ourselves more than the average consumer or the average person. So anyway, started the agency, and I realized that it was a tough battle. It wasn't easy at all to be competing with such immense, great people, and you know, in my opinion, even every one of them have in my soul, in my mind, great respect, because not only were they beginning the trend of advertising in the Arab world, and even the media was driven at that, started becoming important at that time, but also and much more so because I found it extremely difficult to compete with them. So I started by making exhibitions, and my first exhibition was in the same building where my office was, in the pavilion in Hamra, and it was a small cosmetic exhibition. I always felt more happy, if you like, dealing with the feminine race, and I think it was very successful. I was very proud. I'm very proud to tell you that we made money, and I thought, okay, this at least can give me. But my mind was focused that I want to still continue to be in advertising, no matter what. Lucky enough, I met a gentleman called Philip Nasrallah, who I don't know, many of you maybe remember him, maybe not, but he was the head of Lipool, and we started talking, and he said, I want to start a brand in Lebanon. He came from the States, and he said, I've got very limited budget. At the time he had about 60,000 Lebanese lira. I'm only telling you this to show you that some difficulties sometimes bring opportunity as well. And I want to start this chicken, and we started brainstorming together. He was a great operation man, and from university days I was selling exhibitions and brochures and stuff like this. So I was, if you like, a bit familiar with the industry, but not really truly so. But I thought common sense were right, and common sense would teach me a lot of things. And true enough, common sense did teach me. So we reached to a certain platform, and we said, okay, we will call it Marba Dalal. I don't know if many of you remember that word. Still, by the way, the brand still exists, Lipool. It's in Egypt under Unifood, and it's very successful. And when we started, it was hell of a journey. The beginning, first couple of years, it was almost impossible. How do you identify this chicken from the other chicken? We started putting a brand on the wing. It was a paper brand, and it melts with the water, and it became messy, and you have oil over, ink all over the place. It was, and then, again, almost every day we sat down together. We were like just a soulmate, like a buddy and a mind working together to create this brand. And we created an aluminium bracelet which we put on the wing, and then people could distinguish it. And then it was very difficult to take it out, so competitors could not take it out. And we started a campaign, and it became very popular. The campaign was a song. طيب مشوي على الفحم، طيب مشوي على طيب مقلي على الزيت أو شيء من النوع هذا. I forgot the words exactly. ما في أطيب من ليبول، مربى دلال ليبول, and it caught up. And within about a year, the brand became about 20% of the market without having a slaughterhouse, without having mazarih, without having even the farms. And I think some of us will remember these. And Lipool became an important brand. Within almost 3 years, by 75, when I had to leave the country, Lipool was 70% of the Lebanese market, believe it or not. 70% of the, and of course he was growing, I was growing with him. That was my window of opportunity to, and yet I could not compete with any of the big boys in getting any international clients. Until I went abroad. I had to go because I had no choice. I said, I'm not going to fight a war I don't believe in. I will not kill for religion or color or be part of it. So I said, okay, the best thing for me is not to be here. And advertising and wars are not good friends, so I left Lebanon, and with the hope of coming back couple of years. Now 35, 37 years later, I'm still out. But thank God I'm carrying the message. How's my time? Am I right? I'm carrying the message, and I tell you, the story of Lipool is in every day of our business. It could be now that things have changed. I mean, I had a client like BMW at one time when they came to see us, and BMW is a very systematic client, extremely structured, and they believed that they thought that technology was the edge. They still think technology is the edge, and they were fighting in the Middle East a battle of technology, a battle of simply saying to the world that we are better than everybody else, that we can actually give you a car that's superior in every aspect, including fuel efficiency and etc. And you know, they were selling about 200 cars in the whole Middle East at the time. That was in 1982. And I went to Germany, I presented a case, and I said, listen, and I think at that time the chairman was Mr. Van Koonheim, who himself attended the meeting, the presentation, and I said, listen, we are not able to talk to the Arab world with this language. We Arabs are not interested at all in this argument. We have a big ego. We're a nation of men. Manhood in us is the most important thing that you can talk to. And if we talk to his heart, then we're able to move him. But you're not going to be able to take a tradition of Mercedes from his grandfather, from the tribe leaders, to bring it to BMW with this language. So we invented it, where I presented to them, and I said, I would like to say, are you man enough to drive it? Wow! And that really caught. Every single Saudi, Bahraini, Dubai, they said, of course we are men. All right, show me, let's drive the car. And within 5 years, we were able to bring the car from 200 to 4,000 cars. So the story is, in my opinion, the same. The story will continue. And I tell you, the challenges that you will face will be tremendous, but there will be a lot of fun if you have passion to this business. If you love it, your brain will work with you, and you will be able to achieve incredible stories of success. Thank you.